Let's do it live. We'll do it live. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day. And it's Sarah Wednesday. Yay!
Hello, my dears.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. We have got some good things to read on right up front. Ooh,
Yeah.
Some movement in the right direction. Yay! Okay, I'm sorry. I was doing, poor Sarah had to see me doing a gentle Charleston back here a minute ago.
It was fun. It was fun.
And I basically just about threw my back out. But it was totally worth it. Okay. So,
Y'all.
thank you for being here. Y'all. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Amanda, it's Sarah freaking Wednesday. Yes, it is. Everything's better with Miss Sarah. So, we have Epic Troll Slayers. Thank you. You've kept us safe for years. We have got a fantastic community. You are all so nice. You have been so nice to us. You've been so nice to each other. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. Miss Sarah is going to be kind enough to timestamp today.
Yes.
Or you can watch back on a higher speed or whatever works best for you. Today, we have wildflowers. I thought we needed something little pops of color. We have the nails today are this swirling colors.
I love those.
I don't know if I've ever worn these before. They've been sitting there in a box waiting, but so I'm sure I'll wear them again at some point. But we've got those nails, and I'm using the Buffy tarot today. I was feeling very drawn to it. And I mean, maybe it's the colors, but honestly, I think it's because number one, there is a chance, there is a small movement that perhaps they are starting to realize Ben is glory and glory is Ben.
That's right.
And if those long-time viewers, you'll know I played that clip. And you can, on YouTube, just put in Buffy, Ben is glory. And you'll get Spike, the vampire who is immune to the magic, and the humans all... So he's trying to explain to them that Ben turns into glory and glory turns into Ben in this magical world. And the humans are like, so Ben and glory are connected. Yes. And then Giles turns around and says, now if we could just figure out how, because it's like magic that they every time they realize what's happening, they instantly forget it. But Spike is like, are all of you terribly stoned? Are you?
I've been asking that question since 2015 at this point.
Right. So,
yes.
Yeah. And so it's like trying to explain to MAGA. Trump was best friends with Epstein for decades. And now all this is coming out. It's the Democrats who were involved. Okay. Donald Trump was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein for decades. Bill Clinton. Okay.
Now look, I will tell you, if Clinton is in that, get him.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Get him.
Yep.
See, the difference between Dems and the GOP, you guys probably have stuff in there too. Okay, get them. Yeah. I'm not in a cult. I don't care. Arrest them. Throw the book at them. Throw several books at them. Hardcover. Okay? But y'all. Okay, so MAGA is reportedly reeling, and if any of you have access to any social network where you can see some MAGA meltdowns, it's there if you look.
Oh, should I find the original quote? Would that help? I can do it.
Okay, yes. While you're looking at it, MAGA is reportedly reeling after Trump confirmed that Epstein's stealing the help was about Virginia Giuffre. Many are openly showing their disgust and calling for deeper investigations. Will this be what gets him out? Because MAGA they're like, oh, yuck, no, ooh, really? Really? Did he? Yuck.
NBC News. And for those of you who are new around here, hi. I do the tarot and astrology, but I read on real news from reputable sources, just so you know. And all the links are always in the description box. Anyway. Trump says Jeffrey Epstein stole Virginia Giuffre from him when she worked at the Mar-a-Lago spa. He took people that worked for me. Okay. I told him don't do it anymore, and he did it. Okay. There's something telling here, and I realize this isn't the biggest thing in the world, but it's something that it's one of my not really a full-blown pet peeve, but one thing I'm always like, really? It's the grammar of this. People that worked for me, not people who worked for me. People are not objects.
Well, to him they are.
Exactly. And I realize there are, decent people who make that mistake often in grammar, but it's absolutely telling to me that he makes that mistake constantly. People are not objects. Now, I'll be perfectly honest. The sainted Stevie Nicks, we love.
I think one of us lost internet. That's probably me. No? Am I frozen? Or is she just frozen? Oh, okay. Because now all I've got is Silver Springs. Okay. Cool beans. All right. Cool. You can hear me. She'll pop back in just a second. Yeah. So, yeah, but Guiffre worked for Trump as a teenager in the massage parlor. Oh. She'll be back in just a second. Okay. Now, Guiffre worked for Trump as a teenager. Her dad was a friend of his. Imagine that. Your dad. I'm trying not to imagine it because it makes me yuckadoo. So, So, yes, many are openly showing their disgust and calling for deeper investigations. Will this be what gets him out? She's going to read on that. Yes, scary. Sainted Stevie Nicks. Stevie does that sometimes with her lyrics. Right? Well, I mean, Stevie did put, some would say, a spell in the middle of Silver Springs. I mean, you'll never get away from the sound of the woman that haunts you. All right. Yes. No, Sharon. Sebastian Autumn went poof for a second. So just bear with me. I'm not gonna actually. I'm not the reader. But let's see here. Let's look Thank you for hanging out with me for just a second. We may, you know what, while it's taking her a minute, we're going to come back to this. Hold, please. All right, so at 10:20, we're going to play a little hokey pokey. I apologize. Because this is going to take a minute to explain. So she may be back by the time I finish explaining this next one. Okay, so we are going to jump ahead just a teach to number 3. And I know some of y'all are real sticklers for making sure you get all the data. So I have all of the links, every link I could find. Yeah, let me say this real quick. Okay, so we're gonna read here in just a minute. I'm not a reader, but this is gonna take a second to go through. So let's look at what was number 3. All right. So the last figures released to the public show that in 2023, because we always get data like 2 years behind, we, the U.S., exported $320 plus billion in energy. Okay. So we sent out, in whatever different forms, $320 billion plus. We also imported nearly exactly that much back. I don't understand. Smarter people than I will have to explain why we do that, why we export nearly as much as we import. But, okay. So, according to the White House, oh, wait, here she is. There we go. Wait, I need to pull her up. Add to stage. Hello, my dear.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I need to connect here.
Oh,
1 second.
Wait. You're good. Your camera went poof, but that's okay.
It's okay. I'm just trying to connect the my AirPod.
You're good.
Sorry about that. Yes, my internet just completely, it's not coming back.
Oh, news.
So. Oh, sure. It might be coming back now. I went and unplugged the router.
Ha! Do you need to go sort it? Cindy Lou says it's the oncoming storms to Chicagoland. So, there you are. And then there you are. I see you on the bottom too. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, wait. There we go. And
now
Scoochie.
It's not connecting here. Almost. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Lewis, was it Satan? Yes.
I'm connecting.
Yes, it was.
Connect all the things.
We're going to go back to where we were, and I'll move the energy question back down. We had it. There we go.
Okay. All right. I am so sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for.
And it just started raining.
Yeah, apparently you've got yuckadoo storms that way.
Sorry. And if I have to get on my phone and use the cell data, it takes me a long time to find the right links to the place anyway. So here we are. Hello. And I'm going to turn my cellular off. All right.
Okay. So we were discussing Stevie Nicks and grammar.
Yes.
And she does that sometimes too. Yes.
Yeah, they're one of her most famous songs. It's like, okay, but it's Stevie. So Stevie can say whatever Stevie wants to say. Okay,
that's right. Okay. So will the issue with Guiffre be that the major backlash in yuckadoo with
Is it finally dawning?
I've seen many posts where people were like, my MAGA coworkers have come up to me and said, "Oh my God, you were right." Yeah, it's
I had no intention of making this a grand, an overloaded Celtic. It's just coming out that way. So, okay. Oh, autocorrect is always fun. Just so everybody is aware that this is, it's got 2 E's, just so you know. All right. Ta! Card for the reading. Justice. All right. I don't, obviously I didn't make this deck. I don't control what characters represented in what card.
Lewis would like you to real quick pronounce your name properly, so that way they know.
Sebastian. Pretend you're French. Yeah, and it autocorrects. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In the past, 6 of Swords. Just all this pain, just being pushed away with all this pain, all these swords. Center of the reading, King of Cups. There are people who have not let go of this. And that's also democratic energy. So maybe there's a little tilt. At the base of this, 10 of Swords, ouch. And the Knight of Wands. So this is your aggressive MAGA. Seeing all that pain, and hanging above it is the King of Swords, which would be your legislatures or people, not your Alex Acostas. No. Your people of justice who want actual justice done. And this King of Swords is showing up right next to the Knight of Swords. And guess who the Knight of Swords is? It's Glory. I don't know if Ben's in here, but that's the character Glory.
As you were saying earlier, Kelly, the call is coming from inside the house.
Yes, it is. All right. Home environment is secrets. High Priestess. The hope and fear is that this will move quickly in a big showy way. Yeah. And what other people see, 2 of Wands, that's the far right communication. This is the stuff coming out of Dumpy's mouth. Yeah, it's just there. Everybody sees it. Everybody. Near future, Tower. With the 8 of Swords. Hemmed in. I don't think that bodes well for those who are guilty. Big old tower. That's not today. That's near future. Final outcome. Republicans. That's it's shaking. Republicana. Republican world. It's very unsteady ground. Here's a day late and a dollar short. 4 of Pentacles. And then the Magician. Now, this can be a con man when it goes wrong, but on the good side, the Magician is deciding where all the resources go. So this feels more like, all right, maybe Moses Mike, the heretic, trying to sweep things under the rug, but so he's trying to just shove this under the rug. But no, over here, you have some Republicans going, no, we're going to join with the Democrats over there. And then over here, there's this reaction. Over here, there's that reaction.
Mike has been sort of saying on the down low that he doesn't believe people should have any immunity for all this.
And this is not something that can be said. A lot of this has nothing to do with Trump being the president.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a little uncomfortable for him for a bit.
All right, because really what I'm picking up on is MAGA rather than him. Right. The next story is glorious. The next question is glorious as well. Glorious? Glory. Thank you, brain. That was okay. Trying to get more information. 5 of Cups. Disappointment. Well, yeah. Temperance. You mean it turns out that it's not just Hillary Clinton and every other Democrat and that's it? You mean you're disappointed? Temperance? Is reality is reality dawning? Because the 3 cards here, Tower, again, there's something, this is like either right now or right soon, because I have the Tower card twice.
Womp, womp.
Page of Pentacles. That is Republican. This is weak. It's a weak situation for Republicans. 4 of Swords. This is quiet as a tomb. Now, this means that it's not like investigations are going to start tomorrow.
No.
But I have trouble believing you've got a Tower here and that this doesn't continue on. Let me see if I can find out any more. I should have pulled 5. Debsy says, you know Shady Vance is drooling every time Epstein is mentioned.
Deb, I'm going to have to look at that to see, because if I could see a picture of it, I could pretty much figure out where in town it is. So
what's happening?
That is apparently Move On has a billboard in here locally about releasing the files.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait a little bit. But let's just say stakes out.
Pinkies up? Sorry. Let's do it.
You've heard of Knives Out? This is stakes out.
So
that's MAGA with their knives out. Yeah, this was pushed away. There's these investigations were unfinished. Queen of Pentacles. There are some Republicans. It's not all, and that's what turns my stomach. But there are some Republicans who are just not going to let this go. So, yeah.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave. That was a lovely movie. Yes. There's supposed to be a third or fourth that's come out. There's Glass Onion, and there's a new one that's coming out on Netflix soon. Okay, y'all. While you had stepped away unintentionally, I was going to fill time by reading everything for number 3 because that took a second. We're going to get back there, guys. Hang on a minute. We're going to keep going in order because we're going to keep this momentum of going. So at 25:05. So there is a bipartisan bill that is partially written by Josh Hawley. The days that I agree with him make me feel weird. They just do. Anyway, and it's the Pelosi bill, and basically what it means is that what it boils down to is that certain people who hold certain positions, key positions in either chamber of Congress or whatnot, if you're up there, you should not be allowed to trade stocks while you're in office, nor for 90 days when you leave.
Ding, ding, ding.
So I'm assuming that's the heads of, I'd have to see who all is involved. I know it's like the speaker and heads of certain committees and whatever. While you hold that position, ixnay on the aid tray. GOP senators this morning wrote in to add Vance and Trump to this bill that would make it illegal for them to trade stocks while in office and for 90 days once they leave. Now, granted, it's still in committee. It's not signed yet.
Yeah. The thing is, though, I wonder if you wouldn't need that many Republicans. You'd get all the Democrats, and then if you get enough Republicans willing to go along with it, they can override any veto by dumping. But the fact that the Republicans put that in, that I think is the kicker here.
Yes. But so the question is, will it go through? Will this be a thing?
Yeah, 7 of Wands. Yeah, look in the mirror on the defensive. Yeah. All right, oh my gosh, it is. He's here. 2 of Swords, the decision. It's Ben. We had Glory, now we have Ben. I love it. Anyway, I thought I recognized that face. These are decisions, legal, legislative decisions. Hierophant, that's the government. Again, 6 of Swords. I mean, even if they're not trading, they can have other people do it for them or whatever, but there's the Emperor. With the burden, 10 of Stakes, 10 of Wands. Because think about all the stock that Trump is trading now of his own. This would put a serious crimp in his style, whatever that expression is.
Crimp, yeah.
This would be voting for it. There's the institutions. Well,
Susan, these are the Buffy the Vampire Slayer tarot cards.
Yeah, and I understand not everybody has watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I understand. But for those of us who haven't loved it, just bear with us. I don't do this every day. Bear with us. Yeah, Queen of Cups. So Democrats would hold together. We might need to wait until Democrats have more power. Because right now, they love this system. Of course they do. King of Wands, there's Trump. It rots from the head. Eight of Swords. This would put a crimp in his style. King of Swords. These are the legislators. High Priestess. Higher wisdom, but also secrets. So it would be a nice idea.
Mm-hmm.
They should pass it just to say that they did something, but this feels like it doesn't have enough teeth. Like Trump just, oh, I'm not going to be running my company. My sons are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're just going to. Yeah. Thank you, Rose Blue.
So sweet.
Thank you. Finally, at their breaking point. That's good. It's looking like there could be some tilting.
Yes, that's right. Holly has been working with Elizabeth Warren. So, which I don't understand it, but I don't hate it. I don't.
Yeah.
What I mean, like, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Considering he was supporting the people who attacked on Jan 6th, so I realize it's not actively, but even passively. Yeah. He was kind of by basically, there's an argument that could be made, entertainment only, that he was trying to kill her.
This is true. I'm not.
It's a stretch, but
right. I will give credit where credit's due and say that there are worse people he could be hanging around.
Oh, heck yeah.
Capitol Hill. So, yeah.
I'm glad that he's seeing the light on a couple of things. That would be great. But,
oh, goodness. Oof. All right, y'all. Buckle up. This one's going to take a second. And then Retelling Savoy, you had made some comments that I want to address. So I'm going to back. So start from the top. We get our figures 2 years behind, roughly. We just now, any day now, we'll get 2024's figures. But all we have right now is 2023's figures as far as imports and exports total. Okay? So, and going with what Retelling Savoy was saying in the comments, $3.07 trillion in 2023 was exported. But not all of that was energy in the way that we think about it. Out of that, 2.5 quadrillion BTUs, 29.5 quadrillion BTUs were exported. Nearly all of that was also imported. And what we made exporting, not including what we spent, gross exporting, was 320 billion. Okay? So these are a lot of numbers, I know. But just, oh, wait, you're muted, dear. Did you know you were muted? Okay. Okay. Oh.
Okay, sorry, this is an older thing, but it's the one tab I have open. I was trying to find this pumpkin. All right, we're just going to, I'm just going to copy this and move this out of the way and put him up here. And, okay, so, whoops. No, stop that. Sorry. I'm gonna, it's one of those days. All right, so here we are. You were saying that start from the top. Give me some numbers, what they represent.
The numbers that we really need to pay attention to.
Okay.
Is we had gross imports in 2023 of 320 plus billion.
I'm sorry, gross imports in 2023 of how much?
320 plus billion. It was a little over 320 billion. We'll just say 320 billion.
Okay. Dollars.
And these are energy, so not imports, exports. This is energy exports. Sorry.
No?
That is our gross energy. We're talking BTUs, energy exports, like literal, not the other stuff that's loosely, associated with it. But actual BTUs. Okay?
BTUs?
Yes. No, it's $320 billion of sold BTUs. Sorry, it's money. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It gets a little confusing. Bear with.
Okay.
All right. Now, we also imported roughly near that much back. I don't have the exact whatnot, but it was pretty close. Like we were right there. So, keeping that in mind, over the last couple of weeks, the White House has made 2 trade deals. Japan, now I have all the links to all of this below this question. So if you need to refresh, it is down there. Okay. Oh, Kaludi, thank you, dear.
Thank you.
All right. So we just did a $550 billion deal with Japan. And now that 550, don't type it.
Okay.
That is for a bunch of our imports. It did not list exactly how much of that was going to be energy, but energy was listed pretty heavily.
Okay.
We're going to be conservative and say, let's say 10%. Okay. So that's 55 billion. And that's an estimate. We don't know. The official numbers were not released on how much of that was actually going to be spent on BTUs.
Okay.
All right. So then he turned around and did a deal with the EU to sell them $250 billion of energy a year.
Sell them
through 2028.
200 and how much? 20?
250 billion a year.
And this is in energy.
Yes, this is in BTUs.
Okay.
Now, that makes, and I know that there's, if we're going to be pedantic, we don't know the exact number from Japan. I know that there is a difference in inflation and actual prices per BTU from 2023 till today. We understand that. So what we're looking at is 250 plus 55. Is 305 billion. Yes. Vera, yes. These are the ones that have been publicly, like, he sat next to the leader of said country. They shook hands. Everything is signed. This is what, yeah. So the problem is that this does not even take into account existing trade deals that we have. We have something coming up with India as well. We already trade, because remember, before all of this, we were already trading just as much as, we were already exporting just as much as we were bringing in before this. So we are now grossly overextended. He is promising more than we could provide. Especially if we are not, as a country, embracing cleaner energy for ourselves.
So, Mr. I want big deals, bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger deals. He is doing deals with other countries that add up to more than we actually have or can produce. Plus, we're already importing almost as much as we export, which doesn't make a lot of sense.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
now, Yes, go ahead.
So is this going to bite us in the energy bill?
Yeah. Okay. I hope that made sense. I hope that helped.
Yes, Lewis. And the immortal words of Miss Crockett, the math ain't mathin'. I mean, again, we don't have the exact number for inflation. We do not know exactly how much was promised to Japan. But even if you look at just what went to the EU compared to, we didn't have that to spare. So,
he gets a big number.
Yeah. Yeah,
and the concern is this is going to turn around and bite us.
Yeah. Because who's going
to... Because if all these people have been promised energy and they're not going to get it, then it's like the producers.
Mm-hmm.
There comes a point where people are going to need energy and they're going to plan for it. And you have to understand, I mean, you've got to... People in the world who are running different countries in across the world, they're not all stupid like Trump is. And some of them have got to have figured out that he's promising more than he can deliver. Mm-hmm. So they're playing him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely. You're so generous. So all of these things where he's like, I made a deal with the EU and they have to pay all this in tariffs and we don't have to pay anything to go in there. And it's like, wow, you really have no idea what's going on. But
special kind of stupid. Yeah.
It's a special kind of stupid. They snowed him.
Mm-hmm. Now, CC Ryder brings up, it must be noted that while Trump announced the agreement, it must still pass the Japanese parliament. Okay. What you got?
It ends with a refusal.
Oh.
These are the decisions. And again, that's Ben. Anyway, that's a different topic, but it just makes me happy. All right. 5 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Ouch. Page of Swords. Right. I mean, these leaders overseas, they're having a battle of wits with an unarmed man. 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is this is a thief card, and this is a refusal. This is a house of cards. This is ridiculous. This is nothing. This is flim flam. Flim flam. Oh yeah, Veronica, exactly. 1,000% savings on prescription drugs.
Yeah.
1,000%. So I'm going to get paid.
As many as I'm on, hit me, please. Sorry. Wow. Oh goodness. All right. So yeah, this will be interesting. It's times like this that I kind of wish like we could hire Katie Porter to just spontaneously pop up with the whiteboard somewhere and go. So yeah, just tap it, Sharpie. Okay, so now we have some questions that aren't necessarily as yay, but
the world we're living in.
Yes. At 44:15, Heather has a question. Is it the master plan to make ICE a private army? They sure are funded like one. To do things for Trump that our military refuses to do. For what it's worth, we have only seen civilians stand up to them, to ICE. No help for the military or the police for us little people. So
I don't know that that's true, because there are various people in government and police forces who have said, no, we're not helping you.
All right.
We're not helping you. So just want to give credit where credit's due. But is there a master plan for, does President Dumpster Fire have a master plan, have a plan to make ICE a private army, his own SS? Okay, I like these cards. This is putting a real spotlight on, this is the sun, real spotlight on this. King of Swords, illusion, delusion. All right, so they're trying to hoodwink us. They're trying to do things that, well, people aren't paying enough attention. And people aren't paying enough attention to what's going on in, like, Alligator Auschwitz. And if you think, well, that's going too far, they haven't killed anyone. Excuse, just, okay, anyway. And don't forget, they even the Nazis did plenty of damage before they got to the final solution. They were already doing that. It was just too slow for them. Anyway, now this is the garbage they're doing, right? There's Judgment. There's Two of Swords, which is the voters, and there's the Queen of Cups, which is a whole bunch of Democrats getting into power. So the more he pushes this, the more they move. Yes, entertainment only YouTube. Thank you, Jane. The more they push this, the more you're handing power to Democrats. So, yeah. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Cindy, I meant to say Katie Porter. If I said Keurig, I apologize. But no, I did mean Porter. Thank you. Okay, at 4710. Y'all, this one. Cosmic Goat Lady, thank you for bringing it to our attention. The way I ran through the interwebs to Al Gore's internet to try to find out what's going on here. Cosmic Goat Lady says, is Hogsbreath truly leaving the Pentagon to run for office? Apparently, Pete is he's feeling a little pressured. It's weighing on him. Lord help. So he's thinking about going home and running for office. I don't know what office janitorial will do. I'm good there.
That's true. That's true. And I think the perfect gift, we'll get him one of those oversized bottles of champagne, because that's what he'd want the most.
Yeah.
Oh, Hogsbreath. You leaving?
Lewis says stumbling for office. There you go.
Exactly. Yes. Tennessee governor, Lisa's saying. Oh, Tennessee. People of Tennessee. You know better, don't you? Really? Don't you know better?
I do not want him over any part of Tennessee while Dolly Parton is still breathing on this earth. Because I don't trust him.
I agree. Well, the card for the reading is the Four of Wands, which is going back to a MAGA-ish base of power, basically a Republican area. He's being told that, you'd do great, blah, blah, blah. Or that's what the voices in his head are telling him when he's nearly blacked out. I do not, if somebody has an addiction, I have great empathy for them. But if somebody has an addiction and they refuse to do anything about it, and while they have that raging addiction, they are doing massive harm to people, then I have zero empathy for you. He is in a position of power.
Right.
I know, Terry, it is a red state. I know.
you're still responsible for your actions, even when in addiction, when you're in active addiction. You just are. And Nettie, what I'm seeing, everything that I'm seeing doesn't confirm what actual office, just office in Tennessee. So it's not even federal office, it's state somewhere. But somewhere in Tennessee. So it could be governor, it could be state senate, state, who knows?
He wants to be important. She wants to be the big cheese.
Yeah.
Two of Swords, these are the voters. So I guess he could, he thinks he can go to the voters there and okay. Here's the thing. This is kind of the now near future this is the situation. All right. Center card and the future, okay? So what's going to happen to Pete Hegseth? There's a world card. End of chapter, end of book. End of a cycle in life. End of. Followed by the 10 of Swords, the person on the ground with all the swords in their back. And the 10 of Wands, which is massive burden. Massive MAGA burden. The stench. Look, I understand how red Tennessee is, but the stench of what of both Trump, MAGA, and what he did while in office is going to follow him. Plus the signal gate, plus the drinking, plus the plus this and that and the other. So I think I would say with that in the middle, he probably is leaving, and it is not going to go well for him.
Mm-mm.
But right now he's in this little dream world of, I'm going to be the emperor and the people are going to love me back in Sunnydale. Yeah.
We have time. It is Wednesdays, but do we have time for one more question?
Of course we do.
Okay. So this one, I'm glad I'm here for this one. We're going to bump up number 7.
Number 7?
Mm-hmm. Because I wanted to be here when you read on this, so I'm all kinds of happy. Okay. What most people may not realize, when you win, when you gamble and win.
Okay, I think I might need to pull up the page again.
Okay.
Because it seems, is it just me? I don't have to.
No, are you good?
I can do it. Okay. All right. So this is about gambling.
Yes, it's gambling, but we don't necessarily need the page again.
Oh, well, okay.
We might. I mean, most people don't realize that when you gamble and you win, of course, you claim that on your taxes. What most people don't realize is you can also claim gambling losses too as a credit.
Okay.
Now, having said all that, the GOP wants to rework parts of the big, beautiful bill because they didn't read it before they voted on it. Because of the big, beautiful bill that has been signed and is now law, instead of being able to claim 100% of their gambling losses, they can only claim 90%. Now, from a layperson's standpoint, I mean, that wouldn't be that much. If you were a massive gambler, that's 10% can be a lot of money. It will all add up. So a lot of the GOP are fussing, and it's unfair. Ted Cruz called the provision unfair and claimed that, y'all, I swear on newborn infant Jesus, this is a quote. Most Republicans didn't even know this was in the bill when they voted to pass it. Sir, Sir, did you not read? Of course he didn't read, but did you not? Did no one give you Cliff's Notes? But this is unfair and this will crush the gambling industry. It's not their starving constituents that make them want to reform this bill. It's the fact that it could be catastrophic, end quote, to the gambling industry. Will they actually make reforms? Will they actually go in and edit? Now, they're not going to make reforms for the proper thing. They're not going to make the reforms to take care of their people. But are they actually going to go in there and try to bippity boppity boo this into something even more heinous than it actually is? Yes.
Special interest.
Yes, Kelly, you have one job. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't need to read that.
See, and you can say that in a Southern accent. Yeah. Where did that come from?
That came from West Virginia, ma'am.
Yeah, that did. West Virginia. That did.
Uh-huh.
I bounced back, and we moved a lot when I was growing up. But the places we ended up most often was bouncing back and forth between West Virginia and Chicago.
Yeah.
And here I am with this accent. So, yeah, the groups of far right leaders, the Queen of Wands here. It's like you didn't read you have people, you know that you've got people who. Yeah. Okay. Nine of Swords, Sleepless Nights, of Queen of Cups, Eight of Swords hemmed in, Magician, King of Cups. Okay, look. All right. I realize that maybe there are certain hobbies that I do. I know there are certain hobbies I have that other people wouldn't be interested in. I've been steadily over years been working my way through the Star Trek novels.
Yes,
that is not something that everybody would want to do. Okay, I read other things too, but I've been definitely, and I know that there are people who specifically on vacation. They specifically set their vacation to go to a casino or casinos. And they set their amount of money that they can lose, and they have the nice food and the entertainment and the whatever, and they're fine. However, I would think that buying Star Trek novels is probably a little has less potential for being manipulated and it tapping into a possible addiction. Maybe
there's some Comic-Con attendees that might have
yeah. I'm just using this as an example of reading a series of books.
Yeah.
I don't have anyone. I'm not surrounded by the sights, the smells, the repetition, the drinking, the things that would push susceptible people. And I know I am easily hypnotized. No auctions, no gambling, no nothing for me. Don't even go there. Yeah. So, since there's wondering where can I get Star Trek novels? Amazon. Where do you want to start? So I'm saying that because this is Sleepless Nights, Queen of Chalices. Yes, there are people, they're fine. They're absolutely fine. But there's some people who aren't. Eight of Swords. This is kind of hemmed in. And Magician is all the lights and atmosphere and King of Cups. So you've got these medical cards, which is making me think about the addiction side. And I know not everybody gets addicted. I'm not knocking the whole industry. I'm just saying there are some susceptible people.
Yeah. Yeah.
As far as whether they're going to do this or not, really, this is really what you're going to. Can you say vested interests with deep pockets?
Yeah.
This is so
it's
nothing.
Not the babies that are there. It's not, it's not the children and the elderly and the disabled and people who
right.
It's the gamblers.
This is pathetic. That they're working on this. That this is their focus. And what I'm getting is So,
y'all.
Do you want to have a look at number 11?
1 second. I had moved everything over because I thought we were looking at a time constraint. One moment.
Well, and there's been so much coming out about what various, especially extreme Republicans do in their free time. So many stories about this person, that person. And so I swear when I looked at number 8, my brain was like, furry. Missouri Capitol building Republican lawmaker. And I was like, okay. And the first time I looked over that, I wasn't like, huh? I was just like, okay.
Okay.
My brain was just like, yeah, okay.
Okay, so I've got to pull back up. So you want to look at 11, Kelly's question?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Well, with what we've already talked about today, will Trump be impeached and removed after midterms?
Let me try to get my own ones out of this. Let me just try to push those away for a second. Just channel the energy, be as neutral as I can be. Now, I wouldn't hold your breath, but let me see what the cards say.
Steve, we touched on that briefly earlier today.
Page of Wands. This is the weakness of MAGA. And why is the power behind MAGA weak? Because right behind it is the devil. Guess what topic we're on? King of Pentacles. These are your Republicans. Magician. Yeah, but there's Temperance right in the middle. And there's Hope, Star, and the Queen of, it ends in the Queen of Swords, which would be your legislators. So what this looks like is perhaps investigations, committees. I'd be happy to see it.
You and me both, Sister Sledge. You and me both.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, But MAGA being all upset about reality, possibly, maybe, possibly.
Here's a hoping. Here is a hoping.
Yeah, these cards they're very new. I haven't used them that much, and they're very kind of hard to. But I like them, and they're good quality. So I recommend the Buffy deck. If you like the show, it's and it's got a really good book that comes along with it. So, so I was trying to find where was that?
While you're looking for that, Veronica, unfortunately, and this comes up a lot, and I never want you guys to think that I blow off when you guys put in questions when I'm gathering stuff. I know this might not necessarily be what you meant, but it segged in. Unfortunately, Jack Smith has absolutely no. He has no ability to do anything here at the moment. He has no jurisdiction at all, even at the World Court. Yeah. So Jack Smith cannot come in and save the day. We are not part of the conglomeration that he had that would give him power to do that. So
there was something in there I was going to mention. Oh shoot.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to do too much at once. No, not at all. There, got it. All right.
Yes, Kelpie, we are our own self-rescuing prince and princesses at this point. And that's okay.
Yes. And we have each other.
We do.
Yes. So, so it's possible that what's happening, and you can search for this on YouTube, but it's possible that it's starting to dawn on them.
In his glory.
That Ben is glory and glory is Ben. Basically in the show, if you haven't watched it, there's like one person and like two entities, I guess, fighting over it or something. So they can only be one and then morph into the other.
Mm-hmm.
And then morph into the other. And they have separate lives, and Ben is decent and is always trying to have to clean up. And Glory is vainglorious and evil. And so, but there's a magic spell, probably cast by her, that if you see this, you instantly forget if you're human.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, I've been saying for how long now? Trump was best friends with Epstein and for decades. So Clinton. No.
Get the loose fingers, the loose plant fingers out.
Trump is best friends with yeah. Thank you so much. All right, so that will do it. And Sarah Wednesday is always a treat. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a treat for me too. I get to hang out with you guys.
You are pretty awesome out there. Seriously.
Y'all are.
All right. So it is 1:22 p.m. here in Chicago and down in Shreveport.
Yes.
Did you want to mention the good news about if in case somebody has an illness that you have?
Oh, sure.
No, you don't have to. I was just, I know there's some other people who have that. But I'm not trying to put your business out there. So we don't have to talk about it. Okay. We don't have to talk about
it. Now everybody's going to be like, what? So really, really quickly. If any of you, lipedema, is something that affects I think the latest numbers were 35% of the female population. I could be wrong. So, if you've ever been at the store and you're behind someone, you're behind a female, and they're like a size 6'8" up top, but like a size 8'10" or more, just on bottom, that is more than likely lipedema. We don't have time to go through all exactly what that is, but it is a specific. It literally it's a adipose disease. It literally translates to painful fat syndrome. It's a different kind of adipose, right? So, but they have discovered that, of course, all of these GLP-1s that are out, like what are the different ones? Ozempic and all the Mounjaro trizeptide actually works on lipidemic adipose.
This is massive. This is massive. Massive.
Before this, the only cure was surgery. The only cure was surgery, because that specific adipose, once it's mutated, does not respond at all to diet or exercise. Like, you could look up, there are women, most people who have lipedema only have it in their lower extremities. There are women who, God bless them, turn themselves anorexic, and there is nothing to them from the waist up, but they're still in like a size 12, 14 pants, and they wear like a child's top. I mean, it's bad. There are 30% of women who have lipedema also have it in their arms, and another 30% of those also have it in their torso. So, but Mounjaro, which is the trizeptide, that has been the numbers are coming out that it doesn't completely get rid of it, but it actually shrinks the cell, the nodules, the adipose nodules, which nothing else has ever done.
Nothing has ever done, ever.
Yeah.
Even if you tried to get surgery, you have to have a very specialized surgery. You can't just get like liposuction.
Yeah.
No.
No, you could ruin yourself if you have lipedema and you tried to go to a regular lipo doctor, regular plastic surgeon who is not versed in lipedema, because it has to be a specific type of lipo, because it wouldn't work, because the nodules are hard. They're
Well, you once explained it to me, like if trying to go to a regular thing, is that it's like if you took you made a bowl of Jell-O and you put it in the fridge, and then you came to that fridge, and then you took a spoon and you took a spoonful right out of the middle of the top.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And some of you didn't have lipedema. If you removed that, something like that, the body would kind of fill it in and make it work. But with lipedema, it'll just stay like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you'd literally be pretty much deformed. I mean, yeah. So, but surgery costs tens of thousands of dollars, and it's multiple surgeries. It's never just one.
Yeah.
So, but Mounjaro is the only one that has been shown to have an effect on lipidemic adipose. So,
even if it just helped a little, this is massive. There are people whose mobility is, their quality of life is just awful. And this also, didn't you find out that if you inject those kind of things into your thigh?
Yes, if you're able to. Yes, my sister is a nurse, and she was letting me know that if you're sensitive to the gastric issues with these GLP-1s, if you have enough tissue there, if you can do inner thigh injections, it'll work the exact same, but it drastically reduces the risk of any gastro issues.
Yay!
So
this is so exciting.
Not yet. And I'm not using it yet. So that's Oh, yeah. But sharing news. So.
Yes. And thank you for that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I should have thought
you're
that
good.
through better.
You're good.
I just know that it could help people, and I know I don't have that illness, but I've seen the destruction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So also, I'm going to end every live stream with a reminder that there is a website called findhelp.org that you can, if you're in the US, you can go to, just put in your zip code. And I mean, granted, there's some places, it depends what's around you, but it will at least try to give you, it'll give you what it can for anything that might help you if you're in a jam, for food or housing or
utility help.
Utilities, all kind of stuff. So, and that's obviously free. And so that is always there. We just want to pass on as much good information as we can. Rowan says, I have something to talk to my doctor about now.
Yes.
Yay. Yay. This is wonderful. All right. Thank you. All right. So it's 1:29 p.m. here in Chicago and Shreveport at 3:00. Miss Sarah, are you going to be starting live stream at 3? Okay.
Yes.
The Creative Sprints at 3. I'll be along as soon as I can. And thank you, Deborah. And other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow. All right. Be well. Be well. You're not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead.
Yes.
So hang in there. All right. And we'll see you later.
Yeah.
Bye.